Rush hour in Belfast yesterday. The start of a sixth night of violence began with a further escalation. A double-decker bus on the Loyalist Shankle Road was surrounded. The driver forced off and the bus set alight. The driver was unharmed but said to be very shaken. Through the night, more petrol bombs were again thrown at police and cars burnt out. In total, 55 officers have now been injured in the worst rioting Northern Ireland has seen in years. With daylight, the clean-up of the streets began. The remains of the 11B still smouldering as commuters forced into their cars with bus services suspended drove past. At a specially reconvened session at Stormont, there was finger-pointing from politicians.
And we all know where that influence is coming from. It's coming from illegal, loyalist paramilitaries and criminal elements that are orchestrating this violence, while they stand back and send youngsters out to do their bidding. These people are no role models for our youth.
We should all know well that when politics fail or are perceived to be failing in Northern Ireland, then those who fill the vacuum offer destruction and despair. We cannot allow a new generation of our young people to fall victim to that path or be preyed upon by some who prefer the shadows to the light.
Whilst arguments persist about the cause of this latest violence, there is unified concern over the age of the suspects.
What we saw was a mixture of young people and adults, but there were certainly some children present who we would assess as being as young as 13 or 14, who were encouraged and supported by adults who stood by and clapped and cheered.
For former senior police officer Jim Gamble, this is a cycle that needs to be stopped.
These people are gangsters. They're seeing the opportunity, they're offering children the chance to belong, to be part of something that they will see in that moment as being exciting or important, and they're pushing them like cannon fodder into the front line. They're no better than child abusers.
A generation born after the Good Friday Agreement who've only known relative peace are now being lured into a centuries-old conflict. But having inherited a city still divided by walls and security gates between communities, it's perhaps little surprise these exploitable tensions have been passed on too.
Vincent's outside Stormont for us now. Vincent, lots of discussion there, but is there any consensus on how to tackle this?
Yeah, that's right. There's been discussions here today at this recalled special session between the Northern Irish parties, and the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland, Brandon Lewis, has flown over for more discussions with the parties tonight. We're expecting an update from him shortly. But of course, it is the Brexit deal that his government, that Boris Johnson's government, delivered, which is causing the real anxiety in the Loyalist community because of that new sea border they were promised wouldn't happen. Ultimately, though, tonight, it is about whether the words spoken here, the message telling people to become, to be peaceful, to support the police, trickles down from Stormont to the streets and the community leaders who are the key, really, to bringing about a bit of peace.